in Afghanistan until the rise of the Taliban in 1990s. In October 2011, governments of Afghanistan and India took another step to strengthen their tie by signing a strategic partnership agreement. There also exists a high-level political engagement with Afghanistan, which is reflected in the large number of bilateral high-level visits. There have been frequent high-level visits from both countries, including, among others, prime ministers, vice presidents, external affairs ministers. India recognizes the preeminence of Afghanistan as a junction of trade routes between Central, South, and West Asia for 3,000 years. The bilateral trade has grown from almost $600 million in 2009-10 to $683 million in 13-14, with India export registering a growth from 463 million to 474 million and import from 125 million to 208.
And take this leadership even a step further. Yesterday I was in the Indian Museum and I saw so many items that took me back to my country. I was looking at various items there. They encountered a section called the Gandhara section. That took me immediately to my country. That's what we are. And I was extremely impressed and touched to see the shared history visible all over India, particularly in Kolkata. The famous short story of Kabliwala came from this beautiful city, this cultural city. And out of my deep respect to the writer of this story, I had to pay respect to his birthplace yesterday. And I went there and I myself saw where he had given the last. So, the great leader of India, Subhash Chandra Bose, from this part of India, we had the honor to give him the place to live for his struggle against the colonial power. And we have signed a number of MOUs of this nature to connect our businesses formally. Because we are in a new world, we are in the world of technology. Once you formalize your relationship, then the flow of information will go each direction whenever you want. I won't be able to come every now and then to brief the businesses what opportunities we offer. But we have to enter into a kind of relationship that will pave the ground for the businesses to communicate themselves. So I'm here as part of my economic diplomacy that I've been doing in the last 1 year is to do the same. We have a large number of MOUs that we signed in Delhi and other states that I visited so far with local chambers. In fact, in Assam, we agreed and we will to sign an MOU there too. And here the Chamber of Commerce that we have here, we have one Afghanistan Chamber of Commerce and one is the Afghanistan Export Promotion Agency. And of course, as we did with others, we will look forward to your draft of MOU that you have with other states or with other countries. That's what we do, to send it to our Chamber of Commerce in Afghanistan and then find the time to sign it either here or somewhere else, and that will create and that will remove the gap of information that exists currently. Because once you would like to know something, then you have a place to go and ask. We are all members of the chamber. And you can come to MCC Chamber of Commerce and ask about a particular question. And that chamber will then connecting you with your partners in Afghanistan and get the information whatever you need. Let me brief you a little bit about Afghanistan's current situation. There's one thing which I keep raising is the issue of perception about Afghanistan. And I was 3 days ago in Assam, and was speaking to the Honorable Chief Minister there, and he told me exactly the same concerns that we always have about perception about our country. And he said he was facing a similar problem while hearing perception about the state of Assam. Outside India and within India, many people talk about, including media, talk about Assam, a place where we have violence and unrest. But surely you have issues. Surely you have problems in the state, in the cities, and no country, especially in our part of the world, is immune to security problems. But sometimes it is exaggerated. So the perception about Afghanistan is exaggerated. The perception of unrest, insecurity, terrorism, and so on. Yes, I acknowledge that we are still facing the issue of security. But we have come a long way to address the security issues in Afghanistan. And then for me to come here and talk to you about business opportunities in Afghanistan. We recently had presidential elections in Afghanistan. After 13 years, we have a new government now, a national unity government, a government that represents the whole of Afghanistan and the whole of the political elite in Afghanistan. Which is very much committed to a private sector economic growth, to a private sector economic growth. Because we believe that Afghanistan, for itself and the rest of the region, have to see Afghanistan again playing its natural role. Its natural role to be a bridge between countries in the region, particularly countries in the Central Asia and South Asia. And we are working very hard to revive and revitalize Afghanistan's traditional role for the good of Afghanistan and for the good of everyone else around us. Afghanistan, in 13 years, has rebuilt its institutions, rebuilt its economy to some degree. Of course, we are not satisfied. Its security institution is more important. And we have evolved into strategic partnerships with countries around the world. And the first one we signed, as was mentioned earlier by my other colleagues on the dais, and that was between Afghanistan and India. The first strategic partnership agreement which we signed with India in 2011.